Seth is about to walk me through opening my sole-proprietor account, which if you've been studying Amazon, so we wanted to share it with you guys. We actually delayed me opening this just so you could be part of the process.
Exactly. I'm gonna show you the safest way to do it.
I got my email, now I'm gonna put in my password.
In the last few months, I've had a total of 4 accounts that have been suspended. And I kind of wear that like a badge that I'm proud of because I got all of them unsuspended. Okay, we're back. So we're now going to open the server, which is technically its own computer.
Yeah, this is exciting. Should I go to connect?
Yep. So you click the 3 dots.
Do I
click connect.
Okay.
And unfortunately, we are now logging into a PC. All right, so we could use Internet Explorer, but as you guys may know, its popularity and its usability has declined a lot over the last few years.
What's Internet Explorer?
We're gonna go. I pretty much grew up on it. That's crazy. So we are going to have Google Chrome on here instead. Now, Google Chrome is kind of weird to get on here, and you have to push like 1,500 little buttons. So what do we do when we need tech support here?
We need a tech guy.
Okay, on 3, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Hey, you're here, it worked. I was wondering if it would work.
Welcome, welcome.
All right,
let's do this.
This is our tech guy. He's gonna show you how to get Google Chrome on the lovely PC.
Okay, so as we know, Internet Explorer is very unsupported, so we don't want that. So what we're gonna do is click the Windows icon right here, and then we're gonna wait about 5 minutes for this to open. Seriously, it takes a little while. So how's life?
I'm gonna go shave my beard. It needs a little trimming.
Cool. All right. So you're gonna open the server manager like I just did, and then you're gonna click local server. And what we're doing is turning off the Internet Explorer security configuration, which you can see right here. And even if it says unknown, it's fine. It's still loading. So you're just gonna click on unknown, or it's gonna say yes. So then you're gonna click off for both of these.
Okay.
So you're turning the ultra security function off so we can actually download something.
And the cool thing, you only have to do this once.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Yeah. And then, let's see. And now you can see, oh, it still says on because it's really slow, but I'm
also
just gonna
thinks like
close
it's
it. Yeah, it's
thinking of
still loading. All right, so when you first open this up, you're gonna click don't use recommended settings because it wants to block a ton of things.
Okay.
So you're gonna hit OK.
Okay.
And then literally just search download Chrome.
It's only like 1,700 steps.
Yeah, this is useful.
All we're doing is we're installing
click
Google
download.
Chrome on the server because it works better with the Amazon store than Internet Explorer. That's
Right.
it.
Yeah. And Internet Explorer just blocks a ton of things.
Right.
Perfect. So I'm gonna uncheck this and then hit accept and install.
Sorry, Google Chrome, we're not helping you out today.
And then hit run.
Really
Boom.
good.
It's mind-bending.
Done.
Yeah,
Thank
awesome.
you.
Thank
All
you.
right. So
Absolutely.
all we do is just close out of this and reopen it later. I mean, it's on the desktop, right?
Yeah, exactly. So if I hit close right here, you just double click this on the left and it'll open it up.
Boom.
So what's gonna happen when I log in from another computer? Like say, because this is not my MacBook. So what happens when I do this from a new computer or another computer? Do I do it again?
No, it doesn't matter because it's still
on
the
the
same
server.
server. It's the same
Okay.
server.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Awesome.
thank you for your help.
Absolutely.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. Now let's set up the seller store. So what you want to do is hop over to your other window, the one behind this.
Yeah.
Yep. And copy paste where it says how to sell on Amazon. That third tab. Yep.
Hello.
And then up at the top, services.amazon.com. Just
Copy it?
Command C it. Yep. Perfect. And then you can hop back over to Light Sale.
Oh.
Yeah, right there. Yep. Okay, and then paste it right into there.
Right here?
Uh-huh. Yep, there you go. And then hit enter. Okay, perfect. So guys, she just went to services.amazon.com and now we're gonna go to start selling. Okay, now we are officially setting up, you are setting up your Amazon Seller Central account.
Yes.
This is exciting.
This is the real part.
So the OTP stands for one-time password. So all you need to do is go check your email, put in that password.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Perfect. I love that I decided to do this without my glasses.
So guys, this part is so important that everything you put in really matches up exact. Otherwise, they have a bot that will auto-suspend your account. It can take weeks to get it back. So here we go. This is why she's being very careful to do it exact. Yes, you're good. There you go. Nice. Now guys, notice it said legal name. If you were doing this with an LLC, that's where you would type in the name of your company. It is easier though to type in your personal name and add your social security, and then later, after you have a good sales history, to upgrade to a company. If you start with a company, they're more picky, greater chance that you don't get accepted.
Right.
So it's just much simpler to start. So technically, Ashley's starting as a sole proprietorship right now.
This makes sense, you know, like that's what a lot of people would do, and then it shows progress from their end.
So it's pretty simple, guys. Your business address, you're just typing it in, being exact. So the
now
business.
it's time for the display name.
The display name is your store name. Now you can go back and change this later as long as no one else is using it. Your store name isn't as important as most people think, because they usually don't go to your store and search your store. They search your brand. So your brand and your store name are two separate things, but they could be the same. That works. I like it.
Let's see. But
let's see if
they have to check
if no one else
right?
has used it out of the millions of sellers. That'd be pretty amazing if you get this one.
You know, sometimes.
You don't need to do this yet. You don't have a website yet. You don't need to.
SMS. So I just need to drop in my cell.
And they're going to ask for a second cell, but you don't have to do it as a backup.
So text me now.
Yes, you got it. And what it's going to do is it's just texting to verify this is her.
Not available.
Yeah, Ashley Stewart.
So let me ask you something. Yeah. Now's a great moment. I have a name that when I do trademark my business, I already have something in mind.
Do it.
But since it's not trademarked, I'm making that name because it's kind of catchy.
Yeah.
I'm making it visible to people. And someone could say, I like that name.
Yeah.
I want to take it.
No one will care. No one will notice. They just won't. Simply said.
Nobody cares.
Even for those stores where we have millions, no one really cares what your store name is unless they're a competitor trying. Like, I wouldn't even worry about it right now. Basically, what she's doing is her store name is going to be the same as her trademark name. It keeps it simple. And someday, Ashley, you're going to have a storefront on Amazon.
Right.
So someone clicks on that, all your products are displayed on that one page, which is really nice.
Okay. So we're going to, there's a space. Let's see if that works. Anybody? Does it?
Plus, this helps when you trademark.
Available.
Because, that's awesome. Because when you're applying for a trademark through uspto.gov, they're going to ask, there's two ways you can apply for a trademark. One is you're already using it, and one is intent to use. The fact that you're already using it on Amazon, when you apply for the trademark, you can use that as proof you've already been using it, which means you can get your trademark 2 to 3 months faster because you applied for already in use versus intent to use. Because they're going to ask for evidence, so you'll send them a screenshot of your Amazon store to show, as well as your future website.
Great.
All right, on to the next button.
Boom.
So this credit card is how they charge Ashley for the professional seller's account, which is something you'll want. You could get what's called an individual selling account, but you won't have access to PPC. You won't have access to all those seller tools.
Right.
You'll have like less than half the number of tools, which means you're not, even though some of it you won't use yet, you gotta learn it now.
No, you guys actually specifically talk about this in the
Yes,
membership,
in the
where it's
training.
like the check marks of what you're gonna do, and like the features to me, just you need those features.
Yeah, if you guys are wondering what she's talking about, go to justonetime.com/freedom. That's where we have a 5-course membership that shows you all of this. Every single Amazon coach has to submit their sales numbers quarter over quarter and show they're profitable as well. We're all Amazon sellers, and we also teach how to do it. We don't just show you how to sell stuff on Amazon, we teach you how to build a freaking scalable business. So what you were kind of getting like an inside peek of what the membership is like. Because I fly to everybody's house and show them how to do it. I'm joking. So this debit card is connected to the account by which you will receive your deposits, right?
Yes.
Okay. The reason I recommend that approach, she could use a separate credit card if she wanted to. The problem with that is now you have charges coming out of a credit card, income coming into your bank account, they're separate. You can still do it, but it's not as clean. It's harder to see. Like for example, let's just say you had $500 in seller's fees and $3,000 in revenue in a month. If that's all coming out of the same account, you never wonder, am I actually making money? You can see it all in one place. So I recommend the method she's using.
Now I do have a question here, because this is not the address that's linked to the account, but this is my mailing address. So what do we want to do?
Very good point. So you'll want to put in your billing address, the one that's connected to
the one that the account recognizes.
Exactly. So just add a new address. You got it, and that's where you add it.
I actually don't have this one memorized.
No worries. And this is cool because when you go into your ASCentral account, on the upper right, it'll say account info, and you click on that, and it'll show you all the addresses you've entered. So one address could be, this is for my business, or for me, my Social Security, and another one is for my billing address connected to my bank. So the address she's putting in right now is the address connected to her bank account.
Right.
So like if the bank pulls it up and she uses her debit card for something, this is the address she has to put in.
So if let's say that I update the address on the bank account, do I risk suspending my Amazon account, or would I just need to come in and update?
You just come in and do it. Yeah,
Okay.
Just do it as soon as you can. You should be fine. Here's the thing. The hardest part to get through is the first part. Once this is done and you're good and you start getting sales, your chances of getting suspended for one little error is greatly reduced.
Right.
It's the first part. So if you guys don't know what a routing number is, probably most of you do, but just in case you don't, it's the number that identifies your bank. It's also called a SWIFT number in other parts of the world, also called a BIC, B-I-C. It's called a BIC number in other parts of the world. It's just basically, if you type that number in online, it'll pull up that bank. It's actually not private information. The account number, however, is private information. Notice she did all this in advance. In fact, right before we did this video, she's like, I gotta call my bank just to make sure everything's done correctly.
Sure enough, it was not what I thought. There was one thing off.
And a lot of people that don't take the time to do that, which results in a suspended account, which is a really happy way to start on Amazon.
Yeah, so most of my credit cards say Ashley M. Lands, and that's just kind of how I type everything. I don't type my full name out. And I assumed, and I was like, let me just check. Sure enough, because they had my Social Security card, they put my name according to my social.
So they had Ashley Megan Lands.
Most people don't do that. So,
very good.
Okay, so we're going to go next.
Before you hit next, just double check one more time. Okay. Everything looks good. It's worth it. So now, how you answer these questions has no impact, to my knowledge, or any of our coaches' knowledge, on the success of your store. They're collecting this data so Amazon, can understand what kind of sellers are signing up. But we'll still do it, just to make Amazon happy. So yes, you're going to have universal product codes, which you'll buy from GS1, which we'll talk about later. Okay. Because every product needs its own code. Do you own a brand, or do you serve as an agent representative? Yes, you'll be the owner of your own brands. Even if you end up being an agent of someone else, we'll figure that out later. Right. It's not a big deal.
That's the intent.
It's just like a survey for data. Yeah. Would you like to target business? I would say yes for now.
What does that mean exactly?
What it means, let's say you're selling paper towels.
Okay.
And a lot of offices and restaurants want to buy paper towels.
Business.
Right. So what you can do is set it up. If they buy a certain quantity, there's a big discount because they bought that MOQ.
Okay. So.
And it'll give you the option to say yes or no to that. Doesn't matter. I would start with 101 to 500, even though we know you're going to go more than 500.
Okay.
Boom. Okay, this is just what kind of product categories. I would just pick one or two of your top ones.
Right,
we do. In the membership, we go through all of this.
What do we think? You know what? So let's be. I don't see it. Oh, there we go. Automotive.
I was wondering if you're going to click that.
I was looking for it. I was like, where's my car? Where's my car?
My eyes went straight to that one.
So let's do. I like this one. Health and beauty. Okay, who knows? Whatever, let's get it. So what's an average? You just pick like 4?
That's good. Yeah, that's perfect. Hit finish. All right, let's see what Amazon does.
Collectible coins. That's really...
All right, now this is the most important part of setting up your ASCentral account. Here we go. So it's just going to verify that you is you. So hit next. Now you can change that to your driver license.
Oh, it's going to have to, because I'm updating.
They default to passport.
Yeah, I was like,
most people have a driver license, not a passport. So Ashley's just filling out all the information from her driver license. You can do the passport, you can do the driver license. And by the way, for those of you guys who are living in different countries, but you want to sell on Amazon.com, and you know that the Amazon.com market is the US, you can still do this. If you go to justonedime.com/freedom, we teach you exactly how to do that. We have people in over 100 countries successfully selling on Amazon, many of whom are now millionaires.
So, address question again, because this is a different address. Can I leave it as my business address, or are they looking for, because how would they know this? They wouldn't know my DMV information.
To be safe, add this address.
Okay.
Put in the address of this one. Yeah. So technically you have 3 different addresses on here.
Yeah.
One connected to your driver license.
Yeah, I need to
one connected to your bank, and one connected to where you live.
Yeah, so I need to just keep that in mind.
It's actually cool. Most people don't have that many addresses. So this is actually a good example for you guys in case you're in that situation. Here's how you do it.
Okay.
Before you hit submit, just double check. It's worth it. It's 2 minutes of checking versus weeks of suspension. It's worth it. All right, here we go.
Oh wait, hold on.
This button is the most important button, I'm telling you, in this process. I know this. I'm literally feeling tension right now. PTSD. Thank you, Amazon. I still love you guys. Okay, everything looks good. Okay, now you need to take a picture. She's gonna take a picture, send it to the computer, upload it here. All of it counts. Now, here's the little tricky part, guys, while she's doing this. You actually have to email the picture to yourself on the server. It's not like you can take the picture of your driver license and drag it from the other computer on here to this computer, the server. So on the server, you open a new tab, go into your Gmail, whatever your personal email is, and make sure you've emailed the photos from your other computer to yourself. Then when you open your Gmail on the server, just through a separate tab, you can download it to the downloads folder on your PC, the server, and you can upload it, which is exactly what she's doing right now. We didn't show you that process because we didn't want you to take a nap, because it's kind of boring. But this is the fun part, the spinning part. So now you're going to upload a copy, your latest bank account statement into the Amazon store or into this application. So you'll literally have to do the same thing. So we're almost done here. All you need to, did you change?
What?
How did you do that?
What are you talking about?
Weren't you wearing something different a few minutes ago?
No.
I'm freaking out here, guys. You've been standing here.
Yeah.
You're like Superman.
Wait.
Like when he goes in the phone booth.
Did you sure have pockets before?
I might have grown these out a little bit.
What?
I'm upgrading my life all the time. This is called Amazon skills, people. If you ever are wondering what's going on, I'm telling you, there's more to the eye than you see. I didn't say that right, did I? There's more. Forget it. This is an upgrade, baby. All right. This is what happens when you apply for Amazon.
What happens when we try to be cool?
Okay, so guys, here's what's happening right now. We are signing back into the Amazon store from Google Chrome. So it's much easier to use Google Chrome than it is Internet Explorer because Internet Explorer is just not as updated. So make sure, as we showed you before, how to get Google Chrome onto your server, as we demonstrated, and then from there you can sign into your store and continue. So that's what she's doing right now. You guys don't have to do the one-time password every time, but because she's logging in from Google Chrome, it's requiring it. But make sure you hit that button that says remember me, and then it'll save your settings. So even if you're in China or London, doesn't matter where you are, you won't have to keep doing that. Okay, cool. All right, so identity verification is almost complete.
All right,
So what we did is she took a picture of it and we're sending it as a JPG because the server was not allowing us to view it as a PDF. It would only download as an eDoc PDF handler, and Amazon's not accepting that. So here we go.
All right.
All right, let's see if it works.
Do it.
And you'll find out within minutes whether or not they've accepted it. Usually the verification is fast, but you can still fill out the tax ID right away. Step done. Okay, one more step, and this is the tax ID. It should give you a next step. It does not give you a next step.
It's
so
processing.
Oh,
This can
I'm
take
not
up to
a
60
patient
seconds.
chap.
I'm not either.
I have to wait 60 seconds.
So maybe they tell you within 60 seconds if it accepts it all.
Right. So let's go like this, and then they can fast forward it. Thank you for your request.
All right.
We've received your information. You may reach out to you to further clarify within 2 business days. All right, scroll to the bottom. So it's not giving you an option. So what we're going to do is see if we can do the tax ID now. Just click on Amazon Seller Central on the top left. So we wait up to 2 days. The next step is you fill out your tax ID. It's really simple, guys. If you're doing this as a sole proprietor, you're going to put in your name, put in exactly as it is on your driver license and or social security card, and then you put in your social security number. And what will happen is every year, Amazon will send you what's called a 1099-K. So let's say you get to the end of 2019, before January 31st of 2020, they're gonna send you a 1099-K, which will be how much you made.
Right.
If it's over $20,000 of revenue in that year, they report it to the IRS. If it's under $20,000, they don't.
Okay.
So you literally could do nothing with that. Technically, you're supposed to. Some people do, some people don't. But if it's at least $20,000, they'll send it to you. and they will also send it to the IRS. And then after you take out all your costs and expenses and COGS, you're taxed on the money that you made as an independent businesswoman.
So like your pure profit.
Exactly.
It's really funny. Someone, can I pull out the Just on Dime Instagram?
Yeah,
Someone
go for
was DMing very specific questions about this whole process last night, and I didn't.
Might be one of you guys watching right now. And if you guys end up setting this up as a business, when you do the tax ID, instead of your social security and your personal name, you put in the name of the business and the EIN connected to that. It literally takes about 30 to 45 seconds.
So that's exactly what she said.
Oh my goodness. I've checked with the state. My name is up for grabs. Next, I apply for EIN number, then file my LLC, then create my Amazon business. Do those steps sound correct? Yes, they do. Will you believe me when I sat at my Amazon workstation, aka kitchen table, 3 times today to work on my business, but with 3 kids under 5 running around, that became impossible. That's so cool. And now they're in bed, so she has time.
So let's see. So she said we want to sell in multiple categories.
Yep, which is totally fine. Can I have the same brand name for a toy and for an outdoor gadget and for a shirt? You can. The only issue with that is if a brand name for, let's say, clothing is also for an automotive part, it may not sound right.
Yeah.
So in that case, for each brand name, you would submit for a different trademark, and you would get each of those brands registered under that trademark on Amazon after they're registered with the U.S. government through uspto.gov.
But I mean, nevertheless, there's more people doing it like I am, that they're like, I'm a sole proprietor. I'm going to start making money. Then I'm just going to start investing for the long term. So like you can, if that's your question, can I just be me with my bank account?
Absolutely.
I'm literally me with my bank account creating this, and then as we go forward,
because your first priority is just to move to cash quickly. A lot of people, they start and they're really thinking, and these are great questions, by the way, but don't overthink it. Some people, they really feel like, man, I have to have the LLC set up first. Everything set up perfectly. My brand name, my strategy for scaling my brand.
Right.
And it's better just to move to cash.
Well,
like move to making money, then take that money and let it build your business.
That was me. Like this was my spreadsheet. I'm like, okay, plus. I'm like, this is like
true, actually. Very, very true.
I was like, here's the minuses, and I'm like, okay, how much does the trademark cost? And then I have to do this, and you're like, just do arbitrage.
Yep. This is your goal right here. She used a lime green. I'm gonna use the superior green.
You just called it lime green. So
oh my goodness! It's no longer pure green. She convinced me. Oh my goodness. This is what you want to move to as quickly as possible, because if your business isn't making money, it dies. If you have money, then it gives you time. Money allows you to pay someone to do something for you, or you're not scraping for money. You actually have margin where you can breathe and say, okay, now I can take this step, whatever that might be.
So I didn't put a note, just so I know for the future, like logging into this, like, is there an app?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna look.
If you go to the App Store,
is it
for AWS?
AWS?
I think it's console something.
AWS. Cool! AWS console. Nice. Okay, cool.
So now you guys can literally do this on the train,
this is
on a plane, in a car, on a boat where you float.
I don't always have my laptop, so then this is cool. You can put it on an iPad and your phone. And
exactly. As you travel. Boom. So whatever you guys do, create your account, start selling. We'll teach you as you go along the way. justonedime.com/freedom. See you guys next time.